Hello everybody and welcome back to Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. In the last video we followed Medley into Roost Cavern, which is I guess it's our second dungeon, but I like to consider it our first official dungeon because it is much longer and has a much more of a dungeon feel to it. So, being that it is our first or second dungeon, depending on how technical you want to get, it is a very simple dungeon. It's got a few collectible items. It's got one of the most useful items in the game to pick up as the dungeon item. And I really don't mind this dungeon at all. I think it's actually really well done, and I enjoy it. So hopefully this dungeon isn't going to be too awful for you to watch and too awful for me to actually complete. I don't think that'll be the case though. So as you can see, I'm just going on through here, defeated the enemies, and we got our first small key. Small keys are obviously only really items you get in big dungeons, and they can only be used in the dungeon that you're in, and they're used to open doors. So I think everyone knows how that goes. Every single person in the world, I feel, if they don't like Zelda, they've at least heard of it, seen it, tried it, etc. So you come through here, you can destroy that with your sword. And to me, it has a very similar feel to the Fire Temple in Ocarina of Time. It kind of feels like a cross between Roost Cavern and the Fire Temple, because it's got all the fire, but it also has like the high bridges and things like that, like Roost Cavern had. So yes, let's see. So we can't go in there. Let's keep moving forward here. Obviously, if you fall in the lava, you'll die, so don't do that. And start making our way through here. There's not really a lot of enemies they start yet with to get in your way, so you should be good to go getting your way across here. And I'm gonna walk across this bridge, avoiding the bats. Oh, and I almost fell off. That would have been really embarrassing. Alright, anyways. Moving past that possible almost fail. Let's go into this door and see what's behind this here. Alright, so obviously we can't jump to anywhere over there. So what you have to do is pick up these pots full of water, or these jugs full of water, and if you toss them in the lava, they create a little island you can walk across. I guess the water like cools or something and it creates a path. I mean, I don't know. Over here is our first item, which is the dungeon map, which we get in every dungeon. And if we do look at the map, the map's actually quite big. There are 4 floors in Roost Cavern, which may seem like a lot, but playing the game, the dungeon doesn't feel like it's that long, and so hopefully, you know, you guys won't be tortured and it won't feel like a very long time for you either. Now that I have, you know, like an unlimited time limit, unlike I did my first time playing, this playlist might be a little bit shorter than it was last time, be able to fit more stuff in. So some red chew jelly. And we can't really use it right now. We can use it later though, and that's a collectible kind of spoils item, so it'll go in our spoils bag. So it goes along with our joy pendants here. Overall, I probably won't use the chew jelly at all for this playthrough, but you know, it's there in case I do change my mind. Alright, so these ones you can't destroy unless you have a big sword like the mob one has there, when it's like a solid area. The rickety little dinky ones can be destroyed by Link's sword, but you can see it's not gonna work. So I do like how you can also pick up other enemies' weapons. I think that was so cool. The first time I played, it didn't like fascinate me, but I just thought it was just a really cool feature. I mean, why not? I mean, okay, I think there's something else over there too. My TV is extremely dark. I don't know what it is. It's a good thing it's like a larger TV, you know, so I can actually kind of see things a little bit better. But it's a lot darker than my recording is. But it's a good thing I saw that, because that's a small key, and we kind of need those. So, let's destroy these stupid chews. Get them out of our way. At least we're seeing some new enemies as well. Because we haven't really seen that many enemies besides the kind of moblins or whatever they're called that we've been seeing. And they started out fairly easy. Those guys can be taken out in one hit. And it looks like we're on the other side of that bridge, so easy way to do this is to throw pots at the bombs, and if you can't seem to hit the bombs for whatever reason, what you can do is you can kind of just do like a spin attack on the bridge like that, and that should also hit the bomb flowers. Alright, so back to where we started. Let's go on through this locked door that was previously accessible. Okay. Straightforward. Avoiding all these stupid chews that are trying to sneak up on us. Damn it! Can't believe they got a few hits in on me. I'm already being careless and jeez. Barely even started the LP. That is fantastic. Random moblin and a bot? Okay. Boko Goblin. I mean, I hate it because they all have similar names and they all look similar to me, so I mean, I don't know. But with this one, instead of getting a sword, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna light it on fire. Seeing as how it's wood, that actually makes sense. Unlike some of Nintendo's insanely crazy logic. Okay, and look at that. I think we've made it up to the, oh, really? We're only on the first floor? Wow, that's crazy. It seems like we went way farther than that. So we're kind of like in between the first and second floor. So we're back outside again, which is a lot nicer than the dungeon, and I just fell. God damn it. Good going. But the good thing about falling is that you don't lose any hearts, it didn't look like. Not that I really noticed. And, you know, it just starts me back pretty much where I was, so. First, I guess you can call that a death of the LP. This is just gonna be just a fantastic time, let me tell you. Alright. That wasn't even worth my time, because he didn't even drop me any treasure or anything. Boo. Okay, so this darker part of the ladder is where that lava's coming out. So, make sure to avoid that and move past that quickly. And I like to get rid of this bird beforehand because you have to sidle across that wall and he can be really quite annoying, so I'm gonna sidle faster, Link. I don't want you to get burned. You just fell off a 300 million foot cliff. I don't want you to get burned as well in the same video. That's child abuse. Alright. With this one, we have to actually manually go across like this because that big like brick in the way there makes it so we can't sidle, which is kind of annoying, but it all works the same. Gets the job done. Okay. Stupid camera angle. It's the worst thing in video games is when they have a really crappy camera angle and it just causes you to fail. Which is like basically any game on the Nintendo 64 had just killer camera angles. Here, now the thing about this is you can pull out blocks. There's also a secret area behind where we need to go as well. I don't actually know if it does anything spectacular now that I think about it. Because there's the main exit up here, obviously. That really isn't difficult to get to. But there's also something behind here as well, I'm pretty sure. I think we can see it in the corner, but see if I can move some blocks around. I don't think I can. I think I kind of just screwed that up, but it's not really important. If it is important, I'll go back later and grab it. Maybe I can get some context into that. But anyways, this is basically all we need to do is come up here. Link, have you seen any filthy, thieving rats around? I know they are annoying, but keep your wits about you. They are only rats. If If you spread bait near their nest, they may share their store of treasure with you. Why don't you try it? Yeah, we don't have any bait yet because I decided not to pick any up. I didn't really feel it was necessary, so I haven't done that yet. Sorry about that, guys. Basically, the rats will steal money from you. If they run into you, what you can do is you can spread bait near their nest and you can get your money back. But they're pretty easy to avoid, so I don't really think it's necessary. And here's the compass. So we've got our two, collectible items that we always get. We got our compass on our map, and I'm gonna toss that. There we go. It's kind of an awkward throw, but I ended up getting it, so we got it. And what's in this one? Anything important? Yes, a small key. Okay, so we're just moving right along in this dungeon. Except for that one time that I fell off, I'm really not doing too bad. Hopefully we'll be out of here in 2 or 3 videos. That would be good. Okay. I always forget you can't roll upstairs because Link hurts himself. Get out of there, bird. Basically just get the bird to move and pick up the small key. The bird's not necessary to defeat. They're kind of hard to defeat at this point because you don't have any way of really reaching them when they're in the air. You can only really defeat them on the ground. So I'm gonna try to lure him out. Back here, bird. No, he always falls off the cliff. Because they drop, see that feather he just dropped? Ugh, I want to start collecting those, but I can never seem to get them right where I want them. Anyways, it's pitch black in here, so let's get a torch here. Light our way a little bit. And my TV's so dark I cannot see a damn thing. I can see a lot of bats though. That is not good. Okay, light that, and there's a torch. There we go. I wonder if there's any other places I have to light. There and there. Okay. I'll go back and grab that chest that I neglected. I don't think the torches run out as much as they did in Ocarina of Time. Like when you had a torch. Link, get over there. Open the chest, thank you. A joy pendant. Not important, but I do want to try and also get all of the treasure chests in the dungeon this time. Last playthrough, if you weren't aware and you didn't watch it, I was kind of just careless, and if I knew the item wasn't important, I didn't grab it. But I feel this time that I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to go back for items, even if they're not vital to finishing the game or anything like that. And it's a pot shortcut. If we find another pot, we can warp back in between pots. You go across this rickety bridge. That certainly looks trusting. Okay. Now, in this room, the objective is to destroy all the creatures in here. And of course, that one's in plain sight, but it's not going to be so easy to find the rest of them. I think there's a few of them that are actually hiding in pots, not just one of them. I think there's 4 total to defeat, if I'm not mistaken. There's one. 3 or 4 to defeat in total. I guess we'll figure that out in a minute. There we go. They're gone. And no loot. That's disappointing. And the rest of them, I do believe, are all hiding up here. Oh, and our wall was filled. I didn't even realize. When did that happen? Shows how much I pay attention. Okay. I think the final one is like right where that pot is right there. So let's try to. There we go. I think he's right here. Ah, there you are. I found you. Come down here. You're no match for me. There we go. Yeah, God, we are just doing real well going through here. It'd be really well if I could find my ladder. Okay. There's a chest in there. I wonder how I get that. Probably from a different room. And hope we find something interesting soon, because I don't want to go too much on video time. These guys are annoying. I just try to ignore them at this point. I'm basically just gonna ignore him, and you want to throw a pot onto this little geyser, it'll shoot you up to the next room that we need to get to. I don't think that it goes away when it's on that geyser. I think it's kind of fixed in place, but I'm not too sure. And this room here is kind of the central room of the whole entire dungeon, and I'm getting a little bit high on video time here, so I think we're going to leave off in this central cabin here. As you can see, the boss room is up ahead, but we don't have the boss keep, so the next video we're going to find our way through the rest of Roost Cavern. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all later.